Happy Monday. Let's find a nice comfy seat. And we'll find our way into this evening's practice. Let's just take some nice fluid breath. Try to feel what's going on within the body as we put some additional awareness on our respiration. So in this little mountain hamlet, this relatively famous little mountain hamlet, there was a baby girl born. And from the moment she came to the planet, everyone recognized that there was something different. This little being had a presence the other babies didn't have. We'll give ourselves just 20 more seconds here. Your eyes are closed, we can let them open. And let's take our right hand and just plant it next to our right hip. So however much torso tilt you need to make that true, let's just plant the right hand. And then we're gonna send the left arm straight up, straight from the shoulder joint. So not straight towards the ceiling, and just straight extension from the shoulder joint. And then we'll come back to neutral. Left hand's gonna plant, and we're gonna do the same thing with the right arm. Right arm extends straight up from that shoulder joint. Good. Reach, little lateral body expansion. Happened to be in practice yesterday, but we feel some of that intercostal tissue. And we'll come back to neutral. Let's replant our right hand and take the left arm, same thing, extend it up. This time we're gonna bend the elbow or release the arm. And then you can play with that right arm however you want to. You can soften that. You can come down onto the forearm or elbow, looking for a little bit more lateral body bend. If the left hip is just peeling away and we're floating that left hip, then we're just kind of changing the orientation. So really try to keep that left hip grounded and see what you need to do to adjust for bigger expansion. And we'll press ourselves back up. Let the body realign to neutral, and then left hand plants, right arm reaches. And then we can release that right arm or bend the right elbow, depending on how you want to think about this. And then you can play with that left arm, however, gives you whatever positioning gives you the opportunity to be most expansive. And we'll press ourselves back up when you feel balanced. Once again, think about the body coming into neutral positioning. Maybe we feel a little bit of ribcage expansiveness and take ourselves into a forward fold. Whatever seated shape we're in, we're just going forward here. just allowing for length in the spine. When it feels appropriate for you, we'll walk ourselves back up to vertical. And just take a full inhale, full exhale cycle of respiration here at vertical. And try to feel the spinal column stack. Maybe we have a little bit more room within that stack. And then let's transition to hands and knees tabletop. As we align our tabletop, we're reorienting the spinal column stack, but really think about neutrality of the spine as you align here. So there's a little bit of core engagement likely to keep the lumbar at that neutral space so that we're not dropping the belly, we're not rounding, we have that nice neutrality. And then let's just rock the whole body, trying to keep the spine neutral, left to right, right to left. And as we're moving here, and as the weight shifting from the lateral, the medial edge of the finger mounds, think about how the shoulder joints are responding. If there's weak points in our stability, at the same time, think about how and when the weight's wanting to shift into the heel of the hand and away from the finger mounds, and see what you can do to be more active in the hands. Check to ensure that you have that core engagement, that we have our neutral spinal alignment. One more time in each direction, and we'll come back to neutral. And let's exhale out, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, get that big flexion sensation. And then we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. And exhale in reverse, chin tucks, tailbone tucks, spine rounds. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone lifts, chin lifts. And let's just go through this flexion extension cycle a few times at your own breath cycle. You can hang out at the corners of or end range motion if that feels like it's benefiting you. Think about how the respiration itself is allowing you to get deeper into shapes or experience more flexion or more extension. And let's do one more movement in each direction. And then eventually we're going to come back to neutral. And from neutral, let's just flip the tops of the feet if they're not already. Sink our way back into child's pose. Land in child's pose and give yourself a little check-in. Ask yourself where the body needs some additional attention this evening. What feels good, what feels restricted. And so as this little child started to grow and develop, more and more of the community started to notice that there was something different. That when the other kids started to bicker over rightful ownership of toys, she never chose a side. And she was never corrupted by temptation of candy, extra time. Give ourselves just 10 more seconds here. And when it feels appropriate for you, hands are gonna glide out to the space in front of us. We'll pull ourselves forward, hands and knees tabletop. And from tabletop, just curl your toes, lift your seat, and roll your way back into down dog. Get the hips back into this shape. Let's walk our way to the front of the mat. Inhaling into half lift. Exhaling back into fold. Let's lay the toes out wide. Drift your awareness to your sacrum. Let's roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll just find our way to mountain. And bring our hands together. Heart center. When it feels appropriate for you, hands sticking at heart center, let's slide our left foot straight back into lunge. Get the depth here as we step back and feel the torso orient towards neutral. And then just ever so slowly step that left foot back to mountain. We'll do the same thing to the second side. Right foot's gonna slide straight back. We land, we think about torso orienting towards neutral. Feel the anterior sheath of musculature on the back leg and feel that quad architecture on the front leg. And then we'll delicately step that right foot forward. Sweep the arms up and overhead. And exhale through forward fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Plant your hands, we'll walk to down dog. Down to hands and knees tabletop, and we'll once again sink our seat back into child's pose. A little bit more feedback for the body this time. So now we've loaded the hips and we've taken some strength into the body. We've stood up, maybe we've changed the way that the heart is pumping. Just check in once again, see what has shifted between these two brief stops, pauses here. We'll just give ourselves about 20 more seconds. Feels appropriate for you, fingers reach out to the space in front of us. We'll pull ourselves forward to hands and knees tabletop. From hands and knees tabletop, we'll curl our toes, lift our seat, roll our way back into down dog. Let's take the left foot and extend it straight back and behind us. And then let's step the left foot forward into lunge. And we'll step the right foot forward into fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Drift your awareness to your sacrum. We'll roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. Finding our way to mountain, bringing our hands together, heart center. And then take your left foot and lift the heel. And just notice how comfortable you feel here, whether this feels comfortable or not. If it feels comfortable, let's take that left leg and lift it into a little half Karate Kid. And then we're gonna peel that leg open. So the right toes are pointed straight forward, left knee pointed towards the left side of the room. And then we'll bring that left knee back in line, slide the left foot back, find your lunge, sweep the arms up, fully expressed crescent. Float the hands down to the mat. And step the right foot back into down dog. Then the right foot straight back and behind you. And step the right foot forward and into lunge. Step the left foot forward into fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Shift your awareness to your sacrum. Let's roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll bring the right knee into half Karate Kid. And then we're going to open that right knee up so that it faces the right side of the room. And then bring the right knee back in line. We'll slide the right foot straight back. So we end up in lunge. Sweep both arms to express crescent. Torso is nice and neutral here. Lumbar neutral here. Anterior, posterior neutrality, kind of a key focus. Hands drop to the mat. Step the left foot back into down dog. Shift your weight forward to plank. And let's slowly, gently, delicately lower ourselves to our belly. And from our belly, let's anchor our forehead into the mat. So we feel a neutral cervical spine. And then we're going to place our hands on our sacrum. Fingers can interlace if that feels accessible. If it doesn't, just go palms up facing towards the ceiling. And if that doesn't feel accessible, just have your hands on your side. You can grab your pants or shorts. Flex the quads so the kneecaps lift. And then think about lifting the shoulders, that anterior shoulder activation, so that we get a little bit of lift away from the mat in the corners of the shoulders. And then we'll relax the hands. And just slide your hands underneath your forehead for a little crocodile pose. We'll give ourselves 20 more seconds here. When it feels appropriate for you, hands slide underneath the shoulders. We'll press ourselves up to hands and knees, tabletop. Just ensure that you have that nice stacked arm bone structure. Feel the distal femoral head directly underneath the proximal, and really think about that base position. Keep that base position in your awareness as you curl your toes and roll your seat back, and think about how the knees shift and how we refine the base position here. And feel as stable, as sturdy as you do in tabletop in down dog. And then let's send our right foot straight back and behind us. We'll step our right foot forward into lunge. Step our left foot forward into fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Drift your awareness to your sacrum. Let's roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll bring our hands together at heart center. Left heel's gonna lift. And then we'll lift the leg if that feels comfortable. And we're just gonna slide the left foot back to touch lunge. Get your weight all the way back into that leg, get the torso neutral. And then we're gonna bring that leg back into a little balance challenge. Let's do that one more time. We're gonna slide back, touch and shift the weight back. And we step back and we have that little float. We'll release the left foot to the mat. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale through forward fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Plant your hands, we'll walk to down dog. Create that same stability. We're coming at it reverse from the way we entered the previous version, but find your same stability. And then left foot extends straight back and behind us. Step the left foot forward into lunge. And step the right foot forward into fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Lift your awareness to your sacrum. We'll roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. Finding our way to our stable base, hands at heart center. Right leg comes up into our balance. You can go toe mound if that doesn't feel, if the leg lift doesn't feel comfortable. And then we'll slide our right foot back. As the right foot lands, the weight shifts and we find neutral torso alignment. And then we'll step the right foot back into our balance. Slide the right foot straight back. We land, we feel that same stability in the core. And we'll step back into our balance. Release the right foot, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale through forward fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. Plant your hands, we'll walk to down dog. Create that base stability of down dog. And let's come down to hands and knees. Tabletop, we'll flip the tops of the feet and sink back into child's pose. Third time here, third opportunity to review how the body's responding to tonight's practice. Yourself. As much feedback as we can find here, really seeking out feedback from the body. Noticing the hip flexors. Ourselves just 15 more seconds here. And when it feels appropriate for you, hands slide out to the space in front of us. We'll pull ourselves forward to hands and knees tabletop. From hands and knees tabletop, just once again, make sure you have that base position. Think about a neutral lumbar spine, a little bit of core engagement to make that possible. Curl your toes, lift your seat, transition this stability back into down dog. Send your left foot straight back and behind you. Step your left foot forward into lunge. Sweep the arms to crescent. And then as you get to full crescent, we're gonna bring that right leg up into a full Karate Kid here. And then we'll step the right foot back and find crescent. Float the hands to the mat. Step the left foot back into plank. Lift the seat to down dog. Then the right leg straight back and behind you. And we'll step the right foot forward into lunge. Landing and sweeping to crescent. As you get into that full approximation of the shape, left leg comes into our little full Karate Kid balance. And then the left foot slides back into crescent. Put the hands to the mat. Step the right foot back in a plank. Lift the seat to down dog. Left leg extends straight back and behind us. And we'll step the left foot forward into lunge. sweep our arms to crescent. Now we're gonna bring the torso down so that we extend the torso straight out that left quad. Push back into your right heel as you're doing this. Really think about the length of the body. Hands come down to the mat. Left foot steps back into down dog. Nice big full breath. Shift your weight forward to plank. Lift the seat to down dog. Right foot extends straight back and behind us. And we'll step the right foot forward into lunge. Get that length as you sweep to crescent. Torso is going to come down on, hovering above that right thigh is a better way to describe this. Drive into the left heel so we're strong here. Float the hands to the mat. Step the right foot back into down dog. Shift your weight to plank. And slowly lower yourself to your belly. Forehead anchors again. Hands come onto the sacrum again, or whatever approximation of that sacrum connection is working for you tonight. Either interlaced, palms facing away, or palms at your side, whatever feels best for your shoulders. And then flex the quads so the kneecaps lift. And then really pay attention to the corners of your shoulders, but also pay attention to how you're respirating here. Pay attention to the heart rate. We have this little compact space where our respiratory apparatuses are. And so it's much easier to be aware of how we're inhaling and exhaling, and just put some focus and some energy there. So as this young girl grew up, she got into secondary school, and social cliques started to kind of form. And social membranes started to exclude people and include people. And as those membranes kicked people out and let people in, factions would form and disagreements would happen. And no matter where on the fluid social spectrum she ever was, she was never corrupted by the groupthink. She was never pushed in to conflict. And she could always see perspectives from both sides of disagreements. We'll give ourselves just 15 more seconds here. Feels appropriate for you. We'll slide our hands underneath our shoulders, press ourselves up to hands and knees tabletop. From hands and knees tabletop, check in on the strength and stability of that base position. Take that awareness and that stability back into down dog. And feel your body just lock into the stability of down dog. And then let's send our left leg straight back and behind us. And we'll step our left foot forward and into lunge. And then bring our hands together at heart center. And we're just gonna lay with a little warrior 3 here. So that we're not gonna stay in warrior 3. We're just gonna launch up. Hands can come down, and then we touch back in. Hands can stay at heart center. We come up and we touch back in. But from lunge, we're just gonna lift ourselves forward and then land back. Maybe one more time. We just lift ourselves forward and We land back and we'll sweep ourselves to crescent. As you get into crescent this time, you may notice the left hamstring has more fatigue than you expect, or maybe you knew all along, but certainly likely to have more fatigue. Settle into that depth. Use more strength in the right heel or pushing into that right leg to help stabilize the left hamstring. And then we'll float our hands down to the mat and step the left foot back into down dog. Refine your stability here. You may have a little extra space on your left side, but refine your stability. And then right leg extends straight back and behind us. And we'll step the right foot forward and into lunge. Hands can come to heart center. Hands can stay on the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to launch towards this warrior 3. And then right back into our lunge. Just launching and extending. And then landing. Maybe 1 or 2 more times. Just being really light and playful. And landing with that stability. When you feel balanced, we'll sweep our way to crescent. Right hamstring may feel that fatigue now. Drive the strength into your left leg. Think about creating stability. Splay the toes out so that we're more stable. Put the hands to the mat. And we'll step back into down dog. Let's walk to the front of the mat. We'll inhale into half lift. And exhale back into fold. Shift your awareness to your sacrum. Let's roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your hands together, heart center. Take a moment to really feel the body engaged and spacious. So glutes may be engaged, quads engaged, core may be engaged. Think about the crown of the head extending up towards the ceiling, getting nice and tall. Broadening out across the shoulders, getting nice and wide. Breathing nice and fluidly. And then once you feel like you've maximized that capacity, let's slide our left foot straight back into lunge. We'll ground our left heel. Hands can stay at heart center here. We're going to slide back into our right hamstring. Right arm's going to reach and extend out. Left hand to the left hip. And we're just going to tilt our way forward towards triangle. Now, we have not done a lot of posterior chain activation, but we've challenged the hamstrings. Let's just see if we can find the room for triangle here. We find the space for triangle here. Can we be relaxed and at ease in our triangle here? Bend your front knee. Bring ourselves back up. Fully express warrior 2. First time in 2. Think about the shoulders being wide. Think about what's going on between the proximal and distal head of the femur and right down the middle of that ankle structure. Left heel spins up and we're into crescent. Drive the energy into your left heel. Drop the hands and let's step to the front of the mat. And rebalance. Realign yourself here. And then when you're ready, our right foot can slide straight back. Right heel grounds. Hands can stay at heart center as we set up. Left hamstring slides back. Left arm reaches out. right hand to the right hip, and we're just tilting our way forward towards triangle. Remember, the front knee can bend, does not need to be locked out here. We're trying to get into this shape, and then we're trying to relax and feel spacious and at ease. As soft and at ease as we can be here. When you feel balance left to right, we'll bend the front knee, draw ourselves up and into 2. Right heel will spin up, we'll find crescent. Get your weight all the way back into that back leg. Make sure we're not ignoring that back leg. Drop the hands and step to the front of the mat. Maybe let the eyes close here for just a moment in mountain and try to feel how stable you can be. If the eyes are closed, we'll let them open. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale through forward fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale back into fold. We'll plant our hands, walk our way to down dog. Come down to hands and knees, tabletop, flip the tops of the feet one last time. Let's sink into child's pose. And so as this young girl grew into a young woman, and she left the school days behind and the social cliques of the school days, she certainly didn't leave behind the opportunity to be corrupted. And kings and clergy had all kind of looked to find ways to influence her, because she started to become more and more influential within the community, the less and less corruptible she was. And the community that she was able to influence started to grow and expand well beyond the hamlet she was born into, and into cities and into countries. And the more uncorruptible she proved to be, the more her influence grew. Give ourselves just 15 more seconds here. When it feels appropriate for you, we'll let our hands slide forward. We'll pull ourselves forward to hands and knees tabletop, and then extend our legs straight out in front of us into staff. As the legs extend, let's follow them forward into fold. We'll find some depth in a forward fold here. Think about the way you're respirating, and think about if there are ways you can use the way you're respirating to become more expansive. Last 60 seconds here. Feels appropriate for you, we'll bring our spine back to vertical and lower ourselves onto our back. And as you land here, really feel into the way in which you've changed your body thus far in practice. Really appreciate the way that the mat, the floor, the earth greets you with this neutrality. Check back in with the way you're respirating, with your circulatory system. Give ourselves 20 more seconds just to feel what we've done thus far. And we'll bring our knees into a bent position if they're not already. And we'll heel toe our feet out to the width of the mat and let the knees fall in towards one another. If the knees don't meet, then bring your feet closer together so that the knees can rest against one another. The goal here is to deactivate the musculature. Arms can be at cactus or T or by your side, whatever feels best, but we are looking for a deactivation. Ourselves about 30 more seconds here. Feels appropriate, knees come back out to mat width, and then heel toe your feet back in line with your hips. Let the bottoms of the feet come together and the knees fall out wide. little bit harder to be completely deactivated here, but turn off as much of the musculature as you can. So this woman's influence started to grow. And as it did, she started to be questioned more and more for not choosing sides. People of her little hamlet started to distrust her because she wouldn't side with them in disputes between other local municipalities. The people of her country started to distrust her because she wouldn't side with them in disputes between other countries. And it wasn't that she took the other side, it was that she took neither side. That she was aware that both sides had points of righteousness. And both sides had their own internal contentions as well. But this distrust that started to build around her came with a heavy burden on her psychology. She tried to do the right thing in every situation, and she tried to be aware in every situation. She was aware in every situation. And that was causing problems for her. So one morning before the sun rose, before the sun even thought of rising, she got out of bed and she left. She didn't tell anyone where she was going. And only she knew she was headed in the direction of this infamous, hopefully real, abbot who had this particular artifact that could soothe anyone worthy of its soothing. When it feels appropriate for you, knees are going to come back together. And as the feet come flat against the mat, ask yourself if there's anything you want, if there's anything you need, if there's anything you could benefit from prior to Shavasana. And if there is, let's offer that to ourselves now. If you have everything you want, if you have everything you need, if you're ready for some stillness, let's just drift into a shape where we can appreciate that stillness and be fully and completely at ease. treacherous. And it finished with a long stretch of unforgiving desert. And when her sand worn eyes laid first vision on the Grand Abbot, she essentially collapsed at his feet and was barely able to gasp out this request. She just said, I can no longer bear the agonizing weight of the universe's truths. Please grant me the artifact. And this Grand Abbot kind of looked down at her with sympathy and got up out of his chair, walked over to this old, very plain chest. And from it, he pulled this artifact. He placed it in her hands, and she looked, and she was very surprised. It wasn't some ornate special crystal. It wasn't some brilliant, precious metal. It was a thick and heavy blindfold. And the abbot tied it around her head and told her to go back into the world. We'll start to bring some movement into our fingers and our toes. And wearing this blindfold, she was able to peacefully reintegrate in her own darkness. Movement into our wrists and our ankles. Movement into our elbows and our knees. Shoulders, hips. Neck, head, jaws, eyes, tongue. Eventually, the entirety of our body will move, and we'll utilize that movement to transition our way back into a seat. In the seated space, spine gets nice and tall, breath gets fluid, eyes closed. And we'll inhale our hands together at heart center. Over the course of the next 7 days, can you remind yourself that enlightenment is a gift of birthright, and ignorance is a blindfold that we must constantly tie and retie, and see how that impacts your experience. Thank you so much for being a part of this evening's practice and for being you. Namaste. Happy Monday, guys. Love the heck out of you. How about beautiful week? I'll be back on Sunday for a recharge. Thanks for taking care of yourself tonight.